It's not warrantary. I have enormous respect for the Electoral Commission. And the team has enormous respect for the Electoral Commission. It is their mandate. The only entry point where we go get as citizens, because contestation high, if they begin fet gisno, then we have a reason to say what we have. But so far, if we want build democracy, we forget confidence by the Electoral Commission. But let the Electoral Commission know, see, we are going to give a verification statement. And with verification statement, when they go first, we are going to give a statement on what we have. So, and we pray God that it will be the same.
So the issue about get trust in the electoral process, now 1 week in a you don't talk about, but the pressure also on ECSL, even though every day the commission they come out and inform the public about happenings. If a political party still not they adhere to waiting ECSL, they say. In trust in the process, you say don't emphasize on that. Waiting for happy now with regards people their opinion, perception about ECSL for wait until the results are read.
Okay, so one thing I want to mention, Asma, this is the fact. The election climate can be very difficult. Man not to come in any fine way for certain people them, but we don't get to this point. And I make one of the things then they give me reassurance because citizens they even blame me. Right? You have a voice, you've not used it during this election. No. For me, the trade-off was huge. Was it about talking or was it about negotiation? I was under the table every time, pulling strings. For me, that was better. How did we get here? People they're not amazed, but they would not know some of the roles we played in mediation and at the backstage. But people were saying, oh, things were happening and we are not talking. No, we were on it. We got to this stage. And that's why I am happy that Sierra Leone has turned out. Because waiting for really don't baffle me. Yeah? If suppression was so high that citizens could not turn out to cast their vote. If the voter turnout been there at a threshold, we're worrying. If I don't want me. But because in the midst of pain, citizens still turn out and put them ballot. For me, that is the greatest success of this election. And also there now, I don't talk and say 88% of citizens were in the queue by 6:30 a.m. on Saturday, 24th June. Right? My birthday. In fact, I don't get time for celebrate. That's why I keep reminding myself. But the good thing is that at the end of the day, we are here. And we know they allow nobody for Poland for road or reach this stage. So, Drea, as we don't get to this point, with the big ECSL, right, the chief, would be under enormous pressure right now because he gets all the details of Sierra Leone, Naihan, with the big ECSL and the commissioners them, and all the technical people then at ECSL. Let them just do one last push. Get this collation in the very transparent manner. Let all man see what's in they go on, and then let the results go come out.
1 minute to they come to you just now. You don't directly speak to the Inspector General of Police about what themselves need for ensure say this country maintain peace. Now to the political leaders them, waiting a new message directly to the political leaders them, especially the two main political party them, when are the APC and the SLPP.
Okay, I will repeat again. Inspector General of Police, the entire security architecture. If you do not securitize these elections according to global standards, National Elections Watch will call you out. And we don't really want violence right now. And we don't want the institutions of the states for being a source of violence. Now to the politicians, them, a lot of things they go on, and we don't even see a political party now, then they can't provoke civil society now, then they attack them. The political parties, then they send audio, they say how they call it, they sell data. It wrong. Let them left for attack citizens, then personality. Political parties get opportunity for their governance 5 years. We only have a season as citizens to take care of our elections. This is a civil process. Now, we they choose we leaders. Among political parties, let them go wait till we choose them. Let them not come at the stage, can't take over. No, it's a citizens process. And this time, I'm glad the way Andrew Sefdo attest, say, The data is enormous. It's comprehensive. From the moment in the last 48 hours, we have a team of over 200 people who have not slept. So if you tell me, say, are they high on emotions? Yes, I am, because I don't sleep. I don't really sleep. So it's very important that it's a civil process, that people should not take over this process and think, say, now a partisan or political process. No. Now with social contracts, now we employ them. We not left full out one. But if we not bring intimidation or bring suppression or ego and power. So maybe if you ask me what politician and for do, they been get time for their own process. They don't campaign. 1 month we don't left and give them. This 2-3 days now, let the left we self, that will make good decision. And let the left ECSL full, because that's a theme for the election. Full, let them do the collation.
I think so the biggest challenge we'll get, I see Marcella mentioned the police. Of course, police professionalism has always been a question. And from one regime after another, we always get a question of police professionalism. I think so the biggest problem we'll get in this election, especially in this day and age of social media, is election denial. And if I, as governance experts, let we home into that day, because if you get election denial, you know what it overstretch the police. If election denial not there, that means everybody they respect the norms and they respect the practices, the norms the way they govern the democratic process. I take Marcella in point about the ECSL making sure that the process is open, because one of the ways in which they address election denial, now they make sure say the process open. But we don't see way before election, some people and they just by civil society talking, this person will go grab a cost mama, talk all kinds of things at home and abroad. So all of the and now they hip down the election. So to be fair to the SLP, the person, because I heard said there was even live bullet yesterday. That's I can't confirm, but I read that na APC office. All of them saying they unwarranted. But I think so one of the things we really need for speak to our civil society, now denial of election.
So you continue for talk about elections denial. What are these elections denial? Election
denial, now way somebody talk say, I not believe the election result without actually showing evidence say there is fraud. That means, and waiting politicians is afraid now. One, how I go they under APC rule for 5 years? How I go they under SLPP rule for 5 years? That's not the thing where they cause the problem. Not that NEC they necessarily do bad job. So if you're able to find out, say, now this and this don't happen with this election here, and if then do and so, the election will be totally fraud. If you cannot provide that evidence, they just deny waiting at the wishes of voters. We don't see in the morning, one of the things that we don't do in all observer statements, that there was delayed materials, especially in the western area. You get some places and they were late for vote. But even when it comes to violence, they were isolated incidences. So sometimes if something 1% or 2% wrong, but in 98% correct, it not fine if we elevate the 98%, it means say the 2% were wrong. It means say all that 98% of effort we put in for make and right, we actually talk say that's null and void. So when you talk about election denial, now people they can actually get take advantage of that opportunity for just exploit one or two things there. So you can actually see say if me go to a polling station, just go team up na line, go vote in peace. Ask Madam any the trend on social media. Waiting the trend on social media. Now we one person say, look, even if na fake ballot, he say, look, this ballot here and don't start for one part. So we see all of that one day. So if I now make I continue for talk to my sister Madam Samba, she said it's really important for we try for we continue for allay the fears. And one of the ways where they let the election management bodies, including the Sierra Leone police, let them work in peace and let them work professionally. Now, what would they give them? Say, this is a credit, this is something you've done way good, and this we want for let you continue, but this now is the way they do, we're not so good.
So the issue here now is after results are read, now the most critical part of this now, and we don't already see from yesterday's waiting happen, because we don't try forget the police for like they tell we waiting happen yesterday. We know nobody knows him for know exactly waiting happen. We make police them bingo na APC party office. So the fear now is amongst people now after results ECSL go read results waiting go happen. Waiting they foresee say go happen and waiting need for be done.
Are they continue for appeal to the leadership of political parties for show leadership?